All right, it is Monday of a short week. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Most people have Thursday off if they're not in retail. Some of us have Friday off. Market is a half day on Friday. Remember that on holiday weeks the volume is way down. A lot of the traders, the more experienced traders or the more senior traders or the better traders, they will be off the entire week, so they won't have their normal lineup. There will be some outliers. Like today, we had some news on Microsoft, Amazon. So you're going to see some heavy days here or there, but just watch out for volume this week if you will be trading, especially what I'm going to be doing in terms of options. You want to make sure they're there for you to trade. I've had a yo-yo morning. We had this nice pop, and then it's been fading all the way down to this 45.20. Not sure if this 45.20 will hold or it'll start a bigger meltdown. But like I said, with the volume, you want to watch out because one side, the Bears or the Bulls, could take over real quick on low volume days. So just watch out for that. Today, I'm going to go ahead and finish up with the financial services industry and take a look at some traders and some gurus and some YouTubers that we all know and love. First one is Jim Cramer, does Mad Money on CNBC. He is a hedge fund manager. So what this means is he's largely unregulated. Well, he was a hedge fund manager, and this is just based on connections. So some guy says, "Hey, you sound like you know what you're doing. You want to manage my $1 billion?" And the guy says yes or no, sets it up. Um, we went over the fees that these guys typically charge. Now he is in charge of a charitable trust. So he's not licensed to give advice. He just basically what he does is he kind of does what I do, where he says, "This is a trade I'm doing for my trust," or "This is what I like to do." And you could copy it, you could not copy it. Makes no difference. It's not advice. Okay, so that is Jim Cramer. The other one is Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is not licensed either. He may have a license in mortgage broking or something like that. He's what's called a financial coach. You don't need a license to be a financial coach. I mean, he goes everything from, your credit cards to, sell your car and get a hoopty. So he does the gamut. He yells at people. It's entertaining. He's got his own huge, financial, uh, financial empire. He's also got his own show. I think he's got his own network. And a lot of people say, why don't we teach Dave Ramsey stuff, like in schools? One, one you can't because financial advising is like a doctor. Go to a doctor and you say, this is what's wrong with you. What do you think I should do? His financial advice is not put good for every single person every single time. Uh, I tell people this is financial rehab. So if you got in trouble, maybe you should, look at some of Dave Ramsey's tools, some of his advice. Okay, if you can't do it yourself, if you just got beat down, so he's a financial coach. Okay, he's not licensed. Don't take his info, uh, to heart. Now the last one is Meet Kevin. Meet Kevin. He's a big YouTuber. He started off in the mortgage business. He is licensed. And let's look at his license here. Let's go to the SEC site. His real name is Kevin Pathrath. Pathrath. He worked for Plato's Philosophy LLC. I would say that that's probably his own business. He's IA, which is an investment advisor. He's not a broker, so you can't buy any through him. He only advises, and he doesn't even write. He's not a CFA or a CFP. He doesn't write these plans or anything. He's only been licensed for a little while here. You can see that he's got a couple of disclosures here. So it looks like they're after him a little bit for the state of California for the regulation, and then he's also got a pending civil case here. So this doesn't look good. He's got a 65, which that's all he has. Gives him a little leeway to be an investment advisor, but he's not selling anything. He can't manage your assets. He can't give you a financial plan, anything like that. So again, take his with a grain of salt as well. Take his advice with a grain of salt. I think he's got an EFT out there, and I think he's got an investment club. So just watch out. Now, all this, I'm bashing all these guys a little bit, just telling you what they are. I'm not sugarcoating anything, but let me show you a guy that I used to work with. I started off at Merrill Lynch, and this guy's sharp. Okay, we started off in the bullpen. He was an engineer. He didn't like it, and this is him right here. He's still with Merrill Lynch. Phenomenal guy. 18 years of experience. He's got his IA. He's a broker. Got 41 licenses. He's passed 3 examinations, which is 66. Allows him to trade anywhere in the U.S., give advice to anybody in the U.S. Got his fiduciary license, got his Series 7, which he can trade options and stocks, individual stocks. Had that since 2005. Only been with 2 firms, and they're both Merrill Lynch. First one was Merrill Lynch by itself, and then they were taken over by Bank of America, so they just fell under their umbrella. This is what you want to see when you're looking up somebody on BrokerCheck. None of those other guys. Don't look at them. Don't take their hot tips. You want somebody like this if you're gonna be looking for a guy. Now, what this means here is you don't need to be licensed in a state unless you get a client there, unless you're actually managing assets for somebody in that state. So that's why you have all these different dates. He didn't get an Alabama client until 2016. He didn't get a New Hampshire client until 2010. He probably started off with a New Jersey client back in 08, California, Colorado. So anytime he got a client, he had to get licensed there prior to taking on the fund. So that's what that means. He was at UBS. He initially got a license at UBS. No disclosures, no big red marks, no nothing like that. So this is ideal of what you want to see in terms of a reputable person to manage your assets and to give you some advice. And again, you want to interview these guys to make sure that they're up your alley, that they have some of the same ideas, some of the same, not mannerisms, but the same tendencies. Like, I want to go to a little more utilities. I like a little more dividends. Maybe I want to do a covered call strategy. You need somebody that knows those type of strategies, knows those type of investments, knows those type of sectors. You want to interview these guys. Now, you could do it yourself, but if any one of these things pertain to you, you want to get a professional. Emotional trades. You're nervous. You jump out of trades. You jump into trades. You don't know what you're doing. You're just acting on emotion. I don't want to lose money. I don't want this to go to zero. Stuff like that. If you're doing things like that, find somebody. Don't think you're properly diversified. You don't know what diversified means. Find somebody. If you're taking tips from friends and relatives, find somebody. Don't do that. That's the worst. Okay? If you have a lot of cash hanging around, you want to put that to work, you need somebody. If you don't have a plan for the future saying, I need $2 million, or I'm working towards this goal, or I want to buy this house and get, 30% down payment. If you have no plan, get somebody. If you're not making consistent deposits, consistent buys, get somebody. If any of these pertain to you, you want to go out and you want to try and look for somebody. You're not managing your portfolio correctly. So this hopefully clears up some of the misnomers and some of the confusion on what the financial industry does, who can help you, who does what. And I just hope maybe this helps somebody, maybe it doesn't, but this is just my experience being in the industry, since 2002, getting in the public sector or private sector in 2007. So this is just my information, and you can take it, but I just hope it helps somebody.